Dear students, I am Ravi Kumar B, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Global Academy of Technology, Bangalore. Today, we'll have in Total Quality Management, Module 4. The topic will be Six Sigma. Let us see in this presentation, we'll have what is the meaning of Six Sigma, contents in the presentation, meaning of Six Sigma, history of Six Sigma, implementation of Six Sigma, and level of Six Sigma. And what is the lab? Two types of Sigma, that is DI, MEC, and DMADB. Okay, so the contents of the today's presentation. That is, now consider what is the meaning of Six Sigma. The Six Sigma relies heavily on advanced statistical methods that complement and reduce the process and product variations. Actually, it is a new way of doing business that would eliminate the existing defects efficiently and would prevent defects from occurring. Okay, this is the Six Sigma, the meaning of Six Sigma. It is a new way of doing business that would eliminate the existing defects efficiently and would prevent defects from occurring. Now let us see the history of Six Sigma. One of the Motorola company that invented Six Sigma. The term Six Sigma was coined by Bill Smith, an engineer with the Motorola. Later, in the 70s, the Motorola started experimenting with the problem solving through this statistical analysis. In 1987, Motorola officially launched its Six Sigma program. Officially launched Six Sigma program in 1987. And Motorola saved more than $15 billion in the first 10 years of its Six Sigma effort. What's simple, one of the history of Six Sigma. We started in company Motorola. That'll be one of the engineer. That'll be Bill Smith. Let us Six Sigma at Motorola. The Motorola saved about $17 million from 1986 to 2004, reflecting hundreds of individual success in all Motorola business areas, including that is sales and marketing, product design, customer service, transaction process, manufacturing, supply chain management. In all these areas, they make successful individual success, and they gained nearly saved around the dollar of 17 billion from 1986 to 2004. And who are implementing Six Sigma? Be Six Sigma that will be implemented in financial sector like Bank of America, GE Capital, HDFC, HSBC, American Express, and ITES, ICIC, EICICI, and OneSource, Accenture, Satyam, EVO, IBM, Dux, and I will go for into hospitality. That be the ITC hotels, JOT hotels, and Apollo hospitals. Will related to manufacturing sector, we'll have GE Plastics, Johnson and Johnson, Motorola, Nokia, Microsoft, Ford, Wipro, Nestle, Samsung, Samsung. Okay, there will be some of the companies they have started in manufacturing sector. In telecom related, Bharti Cellular, Vodafone, Siemens, and Tata, etc. In IT related, Wipro, Satyam, Accenture, Infosys, TCS, and Birlasoft. These are some of the companies in different areas. They have implemented Six Sigma concept, financial sector, IT sector, hospitality sector, manufacturing, telecom, and IT. So, and what are the different levels of Six Sigma implementation? Okay, here you have different levels. yellow belt, green belt, black belt, and master black belt. Okay, let us now consider first be yellow belt at be Six Sigma champion. Yeah, that is first stage that be yellow belt. Champions undergo 5 days training. Champions undergo 5 days training and are taught how to manage projects and act as advisor to various project teams. As act as advisor to various project teams, they'll go undergo only 5 days training, and that will be the yellow belt region. If we go for green belts, usually they'll go for undergo training for about nearly about 2 weeks. That includes project-oriented tasks. They act as a team members to the Six Sigma project team, and their cooperation and the involvement is necessary for projects success. And the third category will be black belts. Actually, they receive usually 4 weeks of training, and they are directly involved in the implementation of Six Sigma projects. They are in the they are the project leaders and go through in-depth training on Six Sigma approach and tools, and work full time on the project. This comes under the category of black belts. And the last one will be master black belts. Will be fourth one, master black belt. These are the people who conduct Six Sigma training. If they give training on Six Sigma, and also they have the job training and experience. They have the job training and experience. Now let us see the Six Sigma methods. Usually in the Six Sigma methods, we have different sectors that be design, production, IT, management, administration, service. So the different areas you're going to have Six Sigma methods, what you can see in this diagram. Okay, that means some of the approaches what of Six Sigma will have two approaches in two types of methodologies or approaches of Six Sigma will be DMAIC approach. This is the organization based. This will be organization based. Other one will be DMADV approach. This will be based on customer needs and satisfaction. Okay, there's a DMADV approach is based on customer needs and satisfaction. These are the two approaches they are going to use commonly in Six Sigma. Then we first one will be DMAIC approach. What is this? This approach undertaken to improve existing business process. That is, it contains DMAIC approach. It contains that be the first D stands for define, and M stands for measure, A stands for analyze, and improve, and then control. Okay, that be control, that be existing business process. The undertaken of improve the existing business process. Okay, DMAIC approach. That is define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. Next, there'll be the it will be we have 5 steps in this category. That will be the define the high level of project goals, and it gives a current process. It gives the high level of project goals and the current process. And the second step here, you'll go to measure key aspects of the current process and collect the relevant data. And the third step will be analyze the data to verify cause and effect relationship and determine what the relationship are and attempt to ensure that all factors have been considered. And fourth will be you have to improve or you have to optimize the process upon data analysis using various tools. Using various tools. And the fifth step in this approach will be you have to control to ensure that any deviation from target are corrected before they result in defects. Before they result in defects. These are the what DMAIC approach. Define, measure, analyze, improve, and control the process. Okay. And the other approach, DMADV approach, DMADV approach. This approach is undertaken when there is need to create new design or product. This approach is undertaken when there is a need to create a new design or product. Okay, that we are going to create a here new design or a product, a new product. Okay, so here you are going to take first you are going to define the product and you have to measure it and analyze it and design it and then verify it. Okay, these are the 5 steps you're going to follow in this approach. What are these? Suppose in the first step, in the DMADV approach, first step is define. In the define, we are going to design goals that are consistent with the customer demands based on the customer needs, customer requirement, and enterprise strategy. And second step, then measure. Then measure and identify CTQs. That is characteristics that are critical to quality. That is critical to quality. CTC means critical to quality. And product capabilities and production process capability and risk and risk. And third step, you have to analyze. Here in analyze stage, you have to develop and design alternatives. Analyze to develop and design alternatives, create a high-level design, and evaluate design capability to select the best design. To select the best design. And the fourth step, you have to design details. That means you have to optimize the design and plan for design verification. And this phase may require simulation. This phase will be require simulation. And the last step here, verify the design. Verify the design, that is set up pilot runs and implement the production process and hand it over the process owners. That is DMADV is also you can call as DFSS, an abbreviation design for Six Sigma. DFSS, design for Six Sigma. That is the meaning of that. So this will be the two approaches commonly you're going to implement Six Sigma. There will be two types of approaches. So what is the difference between DMIC and the DMA-DB approaches in Six Sigma? The major difference you can see in a DMA-IC approach, you're going to defines a business process here. But in DMA-DB here, define customer needs. Based on customer needs, here define the business process. And measuring here in second step, measure current process. Here measure customers requirement or needs and specifications. And third year, it will be identify root cause of the recurring problem. Okay, that we identify the root cause of the recurring problem. But here analyze in the analyze options to meet customer satisfaction. Okay, customer satisfaction. And improvements made to reduce the defects here. It will be whatever the improvements are in the process made to reduce the defect. But you are going to design your model to meet the customer requirement or customer needs. Okay, and here keep check on future performance. Here we are going to check the future performance of the process. Okay, but here model put through simulation test for verification. Okay, that will be the one will be based on defines based on business process. Other will be other approach will be based on customer needs. This will be difference between these two approaches in Six Sigma. Next slide it shows the process of Six Sigma table. It will how to be the defect rate and yield of any particular process. You'll have 1 sigma, 2 sigma, 3 sigma. That a level of Six Sigma will have up to 6 levels. In first level, when you see in a normal curve table, when you go for nearly about defect rate, it will be more in first say one first sigma. That will be the around 6,91,500 defect parts you can found in 1 million parts. That will be 30.85%. That will be healed. And if you go for stage level to Six Sigma level 2, Sigma 2, that will be around 3 lakhs 8,774 defect parts per million you can find. It will be around 69.1%. And in 3 sigma, that will be third level, that will be 66.811 defect parts you can per million. That will be around 99.33%. Around 99.33% will be good yield. Yield of that will be 99.33. And if you go fourth level, 4 sigma, 6,210 parts defects 1 per million. It will be around 99.38. Yield will be around 99.38%. And if you go fifth level that will be the part on 233 defect parts per million. That is the defect rate will be here 233 defect per million parts in the fifth level. There will be around 99.977% of parts will have a good yield. And in the last stage, the level of Six Sigma, that will be around 3.44 defect parts per million. It will be exactly about 99.99966%. The yield ratio will be the yield will be the percentage will be 99.99966%. Okay, that will be the how the process sigma will be shown here. Tables will be the major two approaches we have seen here: DMA IC and EMU DV based on business process and customer issue. B. Thank you.